So greetings. I wanted to come on and do a video and I had like 20 minutes to utilize. So hopefully I can get it done without my phone being a butthole. This is my second time trying. And I was in the middle of recording it and it just straight cut off. But I wanted to come on. I did a video like this on Facebook about 3 weeks ago because I wanted people to understand and know the person behind the name Ethereal. Yes, you see me in videos. Yes, you watch my readings, etc. But it was put on my spirit to share with people who I am, where I come from, where I grew up, and what makes me certified. There are so many people in the spiritual community nowadays. And what other people do is not for me to judge. I could care less as long as you're being true to your own soul and you're not harming yourself or other people. I do not care. But there's so many people in the spiritual community that it was put on my spirit that I needed to let people know who I am, where I come from, and why I'm certified to share the information that I share. Because I want people to understand that when they come to Ethereal, you're coming to a place where, I'm a pure heart. You feel me? If you identify with the Rastafari, you know what I mean by pure heart. And I'm pretty sure that's in the Bible too. So I just wanted to do a little video and share, what I'm about. So when I did it on Facebook, I went live and I actually spoke for the longest time live. And y'all, I wasn't able to edit it, but it was all good and dandy. And I probably went all around the universe 3 times while I was sharing information about myself, but I don't intend to do that on this video. But pretty much, I have had spiritual gifts. First of all, when I became spiritually aware of my spirit, aware of the voice inside of me that speaks, which is also me, you feel me? Aware of the God inside. When I truly became aware, I had to think back to when was the first time that I heard God speaking me. God is spirit, your ancestors, your spirit guides, whatever you decide to call. One sister who I absolutely love says oversoul, but I just say spirit. And when I thought back to that, I was about 3. So I have to tell that story because I was about 3 or 4. I had not started school yet. And I was sitting on my grandmother's porch waiting for my cousin and her grandmother to come and pick me up so that we could go to this little, summer day center thing that we had every summer in my town. And, I was sitting on the porch waiting for them. And there came this baby bee. My grandmother had like a whole bunch of flowers. And there was this baby bee that was on one of her flowers. So when I saw the bee, my first thought was, "Ooh, a baby bee. I'm little. It's cute. It's a baby." And so the word said, which I also call spirit the word, because the Bible said in the beginning was the word and the word was God. You feel me? The word is the thought. You feel me? A thought is not something that you actually think. It is actually a message that you receive. But I'm trying to stay on point. And all these other things will come in due time. So my first thought was, "Oh, a baby bee." So the word said, "Okay, now, yes, it's a baby. And it's all cute and stuff, just like this. But it's still a bee and it will still sting you." So what did I do? I said, that's what I said to my thought, to the word. And I looked to the left and I picked up the bee anyway. And sure enough, it still stung me. So I looked at my thumb and I went in the house and I rinsed my hand under some cold water. And I sat back down on the porch and waited for my cousin, rest in peace, whom I absolutely love, and her grandmother to pick me up so I could go to the center and dance on stage. Y'all, I still love to dance. And so once I became spiritually aware, I really had to think back over my life about the spiritual experiences that I had. And so I had that experience at 3. You feel me? Well, when I was 8, I started having a dream that didn't manifest. And then let me pause right there because I've always had deja vu. So when I was about 15, I looked up the meaning of deja vu. And it said a glitch in your memory system. And I couldn't really receive that at the time because I'm like, how is this a glitch in my memory system when I don't remember these things happening? But that's a whole nother video. And so when I was 8, I started having this dream that did not manifest until I was 15. And it was actually, the dream was just very basic. I was just standing in the parking lot and I was throwing like a little sachet or one of those little hacky sack balls up in the air. And like I would dream that all that time until I was 13. And I would always ask myself, where is this? I don't know where this place is. And I did not know where this place was because when I was in school, junior high school was the 7th grade and the 8th grade, right? And y'all excuse me because I'm going to have to put on some chapstick. But the 7th and 8th grade was in the same building. Well, by the time I got to the 8th grade, they had changed our schools and they had put the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade all in the same building. So where I attended school in the 7th grade was not the same place I attended school in the 8th grade. And that's why I didn't know where that place was. You feel me? So deja vu at 8. I was about 15 when I started to realize that I knew things that I had no way of knowing, like no physical way of knowing. And the only way I knew them is just by watching, paying attention, and listening. So for example, I can remember clear as day, the girl in front of me, like she had ate like a chicken sandwich, and then she like ate a slice of pizza. And so then I think she got something else, and I'm just watching, eating my food, being nosy really. And I just said out my mouth, I've learned not to say some things now, right? And I said, "You pregnant?" And her best friend said, "How you know?" I didn't know. You feel me? So that's been my whole life. I've always known things, always dreamt things, straight up ran dudes away because they thought they was slicking and snot on the doorknob. That's pretty slick, huh? But they couldn't get one past me because if they were cheating, if they were starting to like somebody, if they was trying to do this, I would normally dream about it. So I've always been gifted. I understand now that it's being clear. I'm a lot of clairs, first of all, but it's being clairvoyant and clairsentient, clairsistent. Is that one, y'all? So anyway, all of those clairs, I'm probably about half of them. And so, I've always been that spiritual person. My friends would call me psychic. They would call me to interpret their dreams. They would call me when their man wasn't acting right, even though I didn't have a man, And they would ask me what to do, and I would tell them what to do, and they would be like, "How did you know that he was going to do X, Y, Z, and you were right, and da-da-da-da-da, and blah, blah, blah." And so I've always been that person. People like to joke with me now, like my family, and they be like, "Okay, mind reader," because they think that I know what everyone else is thinking, but I don't really think that I do. I just listen to my spirit, and I speak out my mouth, but that's a whole nother video. At a different time. But, pretty much I grew up Baptist. I grew up in South Carolina. I still live in South Carolina. I grew up Baptist, and I'm laughing because, I know the Bible. I may not know all the scriptures. I have not read all of it. I have probably read about 2/3 of the Bible. But the reason I know the Bible, and that was the part that I forgot that I did speak on my Facebook video. But this isn't Facebook. This is going to be for YouTube. And my apologies for being in the car. But like I said, I had 20 minutes to either kill or utilize, and I chose to utilize it. So, and I knew. So let me pause right there. My mama has told me at different times throughout my life that I'm supposed to be in somebody's pulpit. Do y'all know me? I mean, if a Christian were to, just see my life or how I've done some things, they'll call me a whole heathen. To know that I am do root work and conjure, they'll call me a whole heathen. So, like, when my mama, she hasn't told me that in a while now, probably in about a year. But when she would tell me that, I'm like, "You talking to me? You cannot possibly be talking to me. Like, I don't want to be in nobody's pulpit. Forget the church, the building, because your body is the church." You feel me? So, she tells me that. And I do know the word, and I do receive messages, and I do have messages to share with the people. I do have a way of reading the Bible, reading other spiritual books, reading alchemy books, hearing somebody else speak. And it's like, it's like a algebra problem. And so they have the X and the Y, and then I can give the equal side of that and break down what that shit really means in layman terms. You feel me? And it's a gift. It's an ability. You feel me? And I got to insert right there, like this sister said, she owns a multi-million-dollar alchemy industry. And one day she said on her videos that they're not spiritual gifts as if in you have to be worthy to receive them, as if someone has to give it to you. they are innate abilities that all of us are born with. All of us. It's just that some of us are more aware and more in tune. You feel me? And then some people are completely unaware, even though they may be in tune. You feel me? So it's a spiritual ability. And throwing that in there, that took me off of where I was. But going back to like just knowing the church and the Bible and stuff. And so she always tell me, or has told me before, that I'm supposed to be in somebody's pulpit. I'm not made for the pulpit. Do y'all know how many curse words I'm liable to say in one sentence? And I try my best not to do it on my videos, but let's see. It make me mad, and I'm going to click on crazy, and you're going to hear some curse words, point blank, period. Probably all of them. You feel me? And that's why I'm not made for a typical pulpit. Matter of fact, the whole fucking planet is my pulpit. You feel me? And so, it's funny because, I know the Bible and stuff, because when I was about 4, we had revival at my cousin's church. It's a church. I grew up in Anderson. I still reside in Anderson. And it's a church that is in Pendleton, where my cousin is the pastor. And we had went to revival, and I fell asleep. Lord, what I do that for? Because she smacked my hand, and like I was a very obedient child. Like all you had to do was tell me once. I might would try it, but once you tell me once or give me that look, I already know I wasn't gonna try that again, because I didn't want what's coming after. And it's not that I received beatings coming up. I got like 2 whoopings, not beatings. I was never ever beat. You feel me? So I fell asleep, right? She hit my hand. I was so sensitive. I would cry if you looked at me wrong or too long. You feel me? Just very sentient. Sensitive, that clairsentient, right? So she hit my hand. She said, "You better not go to sleep again." Y'all, I'm 36. To this day, and I don't really step foot in the church like that anymore, but to this day, I did not go back to sleep in church ever again. I could stay in the club all night. You feel me? Till the sun come up. Regardless, I was going to be in church at 11:15 by the latest, and I was not going to sleep. While I would watch my cousin sitting over there falling asleep, and I'm texting him like, "Wake up." And so, being the fact that I did not go to sleep, I paid attention. When the preacher spoke, everything he said, I listened to. When he read his scripture, I read it with him. I wrote down my notes. I wrote down his subject. And when I went back to the house, I read that whole chapter that he preached from. Because in my younger mind, especially like when I was 10 and stuff, my thing was, okay, you're taking these bits and pieces, but how does all this shit fit together? So that's one reason why I really know the Bible and stuff. And Christianity is really a big part of who I am, and it's a big part of hoodoo. And I'm not going to go into my spiel about how I don't like how especially black folks try to disown the Bible once they get certain levels of knowledge, because that's their business. I don't care. I know what the Bible does for me. I know that it makes my spells stronger, and it's really a metaphysical book, but you have to have the single eye to read it. You feel me? So I grew up Baptist, and I went all around the world. I went all around the universe. I dibbled and dabbled, not too much though, in Islam, specifically the Nation of Islam. And in the Nation of Islam, I really liked their order and how they did things and how things were laid out. So then, once I found out about the Council of Nicaea, 325 AD, I was about 21. And, that's when I kind of stopped going to church as much. Well, I would still go, but I would sit there and I would look at, one of the deacons, rest in peace, because he gave me my first dates annotated bibliography Bible. And he was also a very prominent member in our town, in our police force, and a judge. But, I would sit there. He was also a Mason, and he was also the head deacon at my church. And I would sit there, and I would be looking at him, and I guess I was judging him. But I was thinking, how can you know the truths that you know and sit on the front pew of church? But, that was a different level of awareness and stuff. You feel me? And so after, I read some Malachi Z. York book, because at the time when it was talking about how those gods and goddesses were behaving, I'm like, oh no, gods and goddesses don't behave like that. How little did I know at that time, right? So Malachi Z. York, Nation of Islam. I never really dabbled in Hindu or whatever the other one is. Kemet. I know all about the Kemetic gods, and that's one thing that really stuck with me the most from that. And y'all may see me pause and stumble and stuff because I'm apparently in a public place, and there's other energies that's tuned into what I'm talking about. When I guess my flesh would say they should be minding their business, but see, they spirit gonna have them hear it anyway. So, that's neither here nor there. As long as they know what the fuck going on, don't try no dumb shit. But anyway, I digress. See, I told y'all I cuss, so I can't be in nobody's pulpit, you feel me? And so, that's what stuck out to me the most from the Kemetic stuff was the numbers, the 0 through 9, and really understanding that, and universal laws, and, supreme mathematics and all of that stuff. So it's like I've dibbled and dabbled in almost everything. Can draw from different orders, doctrines, etc., etc. But as far as who I am today, a big part of that was Christianity. A big part of that is Rastafari. It was not until 2012, when I was about 20, in my late 20s, that, y'all got cold chills, that when I met Rastafari and I first started listening to Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer, rest in peace, all three of them. Y'all know Bunny Wailer passed away on March the 2nd. And he was the last living member of Bob Marley and the Wailers. And so, like, those men, the Rastafarians, Israel Vibration, who else? I'm missing some very important people. Twinkle Brothers. Like, when I began to spiritually awaken, my first eye awakening, those brothers and their lyrics really coincided with what I was going through. For instance, the Twinkle Brothers has a song, I sit on the mountaintop and watch a Babylon falling. Leave Babylon, because the Babylon falling. And see, those things really stuck with me. Y'all thought my phone was about to start tripping. Those things really stuck with me because I knew that I was leaving the illusion of Nicole, what my mama named me, what my family know me as, and coming more into my spiritualness, the Rastafari that I am, you feel me? And so being Rasta, y'all got cold chills the whole time I'm talking about Rastafari. But being Rasta, because I'm not Rastafarian. And I say I'm not Rastafarian because I eat meat. I don't really drink like that, but if I want to have a drink, I'm going to take one. I'm trying to quit smoking. Maybe I actually had quit smoking, but then Bunny Wailer passed away and I smoked for 2 weeks. So I smoked my last cigarette this morning that someone gave to me. But anyway, because I ain't want to buy none. And so, I do things that someone who is a Rastafarian would say, oh, she not Rasta. But see, I am Rasta. I'm a righteous African standing tall alone. So I do what the fuck I want to do. And to my own soul, I am true. That's what my locks represent for me. You feel me? So I'm definitely Rasta. And like when I did this video on Facebook, my whole point was what makes you certified? You know what I'm saying? What makes a person certified to read someone else's cards? What makes a person certified to advise someone else on their life? You feel me? What makes a person certified to make conjure oils? What makes a person certified to sell them? And in that, nobody really has to make them certified. And see, that's the thing in the spiritual community, because see, to be a teacher, you have to be certified. To be a lawyer, you have to be certified. To be a pastor, technically, you have to be certified if you go to seminary school or whatever, however that goes. I don't know. To be, did I say doctor and lawyer? All of that, you have to be certified. But in the spiritual community, you have people out here who are pretty much scamming people, soliciting people, because spirituality has become a come up for people. And I wanted to come up and show my face and share my story of who I am, because ethereal is not a come up for me. Ethereal only exists because I was inspired to do it. Like, they're inspired to scam. I'm inspired to share the word with the people as I receive it, because I receive it and I can understand it and I can share it with them in a way that they know. You feel me? The first time that when I was inspired to sell some oils, y'all, it really happened like this. It was a time I was working solely for myself. You feel me? And you put the pieces together however you want to put them together. See, when it comes to this spiritual community and who to trust, and don't follow me because I don't want followers. I simply just want to share the word and share my abilities. You feel me? But when it comes to, you know, who to listen to, who to get your reading from, who to follow, trust your spirit. You feel me? Even if it's with me, if you're watching me and I don't resonate with you, trust that. I don't want you to override that because I want your business. I don't do this for your coins. You feel me? I don't do this for your dollars. Do you know how much I would really like to act like I don't see things that I see the way that I see them, and just be a normal person who goes to work and come home and runs my errands and, you know, take care of my household and things like that? I say I would like to be that person, but that's a lie. I really couldn't be that person ever again in this life, and hopefully any others. You feel me? But like, I do this because I'm inspired to. And the first time that I was inspired to sell some oils, I was working for myself. So my checks were not guaranteed. My money came by way of my works. Like real works. Not scamming, but real works. You feel me? And not portraying to be somebody I'm not, but by real works. You feel me? So anyway, people are who they are. I cast no stones. You feel me? And you know, my jewelry sales were low. Had been low that week. And I had all these jars of all these oils, and the word said, why don't you sell them? Huh? You want me to sell this? Like, for real? The word said, yeah. I'm like, word. And that's how my spiritual stuff going. I can't come up and speak. I can't sell something. I can't do a reading. I can't do a promotion for full moon readings just because it's the full moon and I'm going to act like I'm going to discount my readings just so I can get y'all. I can't do that shit. Like, I can't do that shit. I can't. That's out of my order that I follow. You feel me? But so I just want to come on and share those things. But now if you want to talk about what makes you certified in the world, technically I'm certified. I'm really certified to counsel people. Like, I really have a degree in psychology, y'all. All on the camera, excuse me. I really have a degree in psychology, and I'm just 2 classes away from having a master's in mental health. A master's degree in mental health. You feel me? So like, I just wanted my people who are going to see this to understand this about me. You feel me? I don't do this for money. I don't do this for popularity. Like, I'm not a popular type of person. Like, I'm one of those people, either you love me or you hate me, or you may act like you love me, but you secretly hate me because I'm just raw truth. You feel me? My vibe is high. My energy is high, and a lot of people, they can't take that. So I'm not doing this for popularity or any of the other earthly reasons. I'm doing this because this is what the fuck I was born to do. And I wanted my people who see my videos, who read my posts, who, you know, support me or whatever, to know that about me. Ashley Nicole Johnson. You feel me? That's who I was. That's who I, in a sense, I still am. But I'm Yaya. And Yaya is the one behind Ethereal. So, you know, I just wanted to share that. You know, you can leave your comments, like and share if you want to. I don't care if you like and share. and that may sound rude, but I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest. And that's how I read my cards. Like, when you come to me, I'm not going to give you some poo-poo folly bullshit, some fluffy love and light shit. I'm going to read to you what I see in the cards, and we're going to address what the fuck you need to address, which is why you were inspired to come to me or to click on my videos or to seek me out. Or which is why I came across your path, because now you're ready for the truth in the midst of all these lies. You feel me? So just know that about Yaya. Know that about Ethereal. My Facebook name, Yaya Chiaza Selassie. What that mean, Selassie? What that mean? That mean Mother, God, Answer, the Trinity. You feel me? So I am who I am. And once again, I speak awareness, knowledge, practice, and protection to everybody out there. And thank you for watching. Okay, y'all, I know my chicken been done. Let me go get, I'm burning up in this vehicle. Because this South Carolina weather does not know whether it wants to be hot or cold. It was like cold earlier and now it's warm. And it's going to be cold again because the sun is about to go down in a couple of hours. But anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching. And, you know, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Ethereal336. If you really just like the card readings, you can join Kismet Connect on Facebook. And when I had a chance, I definitely go back in the description box and put those links. So much love and light to you all. I don't even know if I'm gonna continue to say that, because like the sister I listened to, she was like, people say that peace and love and light shit, but when the universe is chaotic, and it is, and life is difficult, and it can be. And so, but still, I wish peace and love to you all. I speak, not wish, peace and love to you all. So I'll be back soon. If you haven't already, check out my last video, praise for protection. It's just a way to protect yourself and your energy without having to, you know, reverse something or, you know, put somebody 6 feet underground. But anyway, and all that kind of stuff. It's a way to protect yourself by solely focusing on yourself and not giving your energy out to other people. So make sure you check that out. And the full moon is coming this week, so I'll definitely have my full moon for my zodiac sign readings coming. And that's that. But that's what makes me certified spiritually as well as earthly to do what I do. You feel me? And once again, when you're going to these people, if they do not sit right in your spirit, and I'm not talking about, oh, you just don't like the person. Oh, you don't like how they said what they said to you. I'm talking about if that shit don't feel right in your spirit, stop fucking with them. You feel me? All right. Peace and love.